As it is popularly said, time waits for no man. Whether or not you understand the value of time, it is the most important factor in your life, and it determines the extent to which you can be successful. Sadly, there are certain things that you do that steal your time. In this video, I will share with you 9 things to stop doing with your time. 1. Gossiping. Talking about the lives and actions of other people is a massive waste of time. For one, what other people choose to do with their life is none of your business, and as such, time spent gossiping is better spent moving towards achieving your goals. Stop wasting time with mindless gossip and start spending it actually doing whatever it is that you want to be doing. The time you use to gossip about other people is taking the place of plans, ideas, and high-energy conversation topics that add to you. In the words of Eleanor Roosevelt, great minds discuss ideas, average minds discuss events, small minds discuss people. It is easy to gossip about those that are successful and going for their dreams, but it takes humility to let yourself be inspired by their success and use it as inspiration to live your highest. Rather than gossip, be humble and learn. 2. Watching TV. American comedian, actor, and television star Julius Henry Groucho Marx once said, "I find television very educational. Every time someone switches it on, I go into another room and read a good book." Sitting in front of the television mindlessly watching whatever happens to be on TV is stealing your time. Studying while everyone else is watching TV is a difficult temptation to resist. But if you value your time, you must resist the urge to watch what everyone else is watching. Yes, you may feel left out when people discuss the movies and shows they watch, but not watching TV gives you a lot more free time to do more beneficial things. Watching TV is quite addictive. You never know when 10 minutes become 2 hours. Just imagine if we spent a fraction of this time working on our goals. We'd already be making so much headway in our own goals by now. 3. Browsing social media. In a list of everything that costs the economy, sick days, snow days, viruses, and spam emails, consuming media seems to be at the top of these days. Social media platforms exist to create slot machine-like apps that keep people on them for longer, without even realizing that it is happening. How many times have you told yourself that you only want to respond to one important message from work and end up spending hours on your news feeds? Switch the balance in favor of producing over consuming. Write, create, produce, film, and publish instead of scrolling, checking, and clicking. Your newsfeed isn't that important unless it is filled with opportunities. Even still, let it wait. Certainly create time for catching up, but don't allow it to happen sporadically throughout the day. Better still, use social media as a reward for completing your goals. Social media should not be permitted to steal your time. 4. Decision making. Decision making is an essential part of life, no doubt, but often we waste too much time deliberating on a particular decision. In most cases, the amount of time and energy invested in a decision-making process is enough to carry out the decision from the start to complete. If you are the bottleneck for every decision in your business and your life in general, your time might be spent making the same decisions over and over again. A better way to make a wise decision without wasting so much time is to create processes. Go the extra step in the short term to clear space in the long term. Remove the need for case by case and build if this then that flow charts. Create a frequently asked question file for yourself. Every time you answer a new question, add it to an FAQ document available for all. Every time you are asked an old question, refer to the FAQ document. Soon this process will happen without you wasting so much time. 5. Things you can delegate. Many individuals, especially heads, get stuck doing things they can easily assign to others to do. If you are a team head, you must learn to maximize your time through delegations. Leaders take the people they look after along a learning curve until they can confidently and successfully handle responsibilities on their own. In the early stages of the learning curve, it is easy to compare the time it will take to teach someone with a much shorter time in which you could do it yourself. This short-term thinking tends to overlook the big picture. However, you must push the thinking aside and focus on the goal, which is to train, then trust someone to deliver, not hedge bets, and end up double the workload. Instead of carrying out the same activity over and over again, put the energy into upskilling and coaching, and be clear with your expectations. Doing other people's tasks is a false economy and means you can't focus on those things that only you can do. 6. Things that don't count. When writing a to-do list or planning your day, think of everything you're about to do as essential and non-essential, or big things and little things. The specific labels don't matter as long as there is some way of categorizing which are the game-changing actions and which are those that aren't important, don't need to happen, or could be done by someone else. Stephen Covey once asserted that it is not really about being busy, but to be effectively productive. If you must be productive, clear out the non-essential and make better use of the space and time now available to focus on the important things. With your master plan created and your vision firmly in mind, fiercely guarding your time will help you stick to it. Don't reach the end of the year with nothing significant to show. Find out the activities that are still in your time and stop them from happening. 7. Other people's excessive demand. One place our time, energy, and focus go if we are not careful and don't have a clear direction and purpose in our lives is other people's demands. The worst part about this situation is that we may not even realize. Even if we do, we find genuine reasons to justify our selfless acts. The truth is that if you don't stand firm on reasons to build your life, you will spend all your time helping others build theirs. Those random texts from people or getting requests from others to come and help them with their problems takes away from you being able to fulfill the life you want to live. Those invitations to parties or the constant nights out are reduced as soon as you find something to give your life meaning. 8. Meetings. Even though meetings are held to consider crucial matters, many of them are irrelevant and time-wasting. The truth is, you don't have to attend every meeting you are called to attend. A lot of time can be wasted in meetings, with the especially aggravating factor that many people besides you are affected. 8 people wasting 30 minutes in the meeting really means 4 hours have been lost. So, you must assess the need for any meeting and summon only the necessary people. Afterward, ascertain how feasible it is to carry out the discussion online. If it is possible that the meeting can be held online, then there is really no need for a physical meetup. The meeting must be prepared properly in advance, defining the topics to deal with and setting a maximum time limit. American business executive and philanthropist Tim Cook once asserted, "The longer the meeting, the less is accomplished." Hence, every meeting ought to have rules that frown against certain attitudes, a digression from the subject being discussed most importantly. 9. Staying idle. Goodreads author Oscar Bimpong once said that success operates in active moments and not in idleness. One thing many people seem to forget is that their inactiveness does not stop the clock from ticking or the days of their lives from counting. Many times we attribute our idleness to our personality type, or just taking a break. But if we are honest, we will find out that we are just being unnecessarily lazy. It doesn't matter how much of a type A personality you are or how hyper-organized you are, you're just lazy in some areas and waste time. You need to find those areas and find ways to perform better, because doing nothing is a waste of the most precious resource you have, time. A waste of time is directly proportional to a waste of life. If you must attain success, you must be able to handle time properly.